Still can't believe you bought it without me. Lina laughed as she flopped onto my bed. Heels kicked off, red lipstick still perfect, that dress better be magical. I smiled. Pulling the closet door open, it was. The second I tried it on, I felt like a bride, for real. She sat up, eyes lighting up when she saw it. Oh, right? Ivory silk, sweetheart neckline, hand-stitched lace. It shimmered like every dream I ever had, okay? Now twirl or something, she grinned. Let me live through you. I laughed. You were with me for every decision except this one. You got to pick the cake, the colors, even Damien's tie. And I did an amazing job. Thank you very much. She winked. Don't pretend like you didn't love my taste. I looked at her, then really looked. Her legs were tucked under her. Wine glass in hand. She was always the bold one, the magnetic one. The one who could walk into a room and make people look. You've always known how to steal the spotlight. I teased, only because you let me. You're the one people stay for. I didn't answer that. Instead, I whispered, can you believe it, tomorrow I marry him. Her smile faltered, just for a blink. But then, you guys are perfect, he's obsessed with you, yeah. He talks about you nonstop when we're alone. I blinked. When you're alone. She laughed. Oh God, not like that. At the gym, the office, you know? Friendly stuff, relax. Bertazilla. I forced a chuckle, right? That was a week ago. Now, I just stare at the dress. Still hanging. Untouched, clean, pure. To pure. My phone buzzes, a photo of me in that dress, months ago. During the first fitting. Smiling like a fool. I press call. Alina? Her voice is soft. I keep thinking he'll walk through the door, I say. Tell me it was a joke, a test, something. Silence, Mia. I'm here, just. I don't know what to say. Want me to come over? I don't want anyone to see me like this. You're not broken. I feel like it. More silence. I whisper. He didn't even say goodbye. You don't have to do this alone. I thought I knew him. I thought I was his person, you know. You were. Then why did he leave me the night before our wedding, Mia? She doesn't answer. Where was he, I ask. Where the hell was he when I was calling? Begging. Have you talked to Lina? She interrupts. No. Maybe she knows something. She would have told me. You sure? I hang up. My hands shake as I scroll through old photos. Me and Damien at the lake. Me, Damien and Lina at brunch, my bachelorette party, her arm around me. Smile wide, we were inseparable. I remember the first time I saw Damien. He walked into the bookstore where I worked, wearing a suit too expensive for that place. Do you sell tragedy? He asked. I pointed him to the classics. He came back every weekend after that. Do you read poetry? He once asked me. Only when I'm trying to feel something, I said. He smiled. Same. I loved him in quiet moments. Sunday pancakes, rainy drives. That night he held me when Mom died. I'm not going anywhere. He had whispered. Liar. I text Lina. Do you know where Damien is? Seen. No reply. I tossed the phone across the bed. The last time I wore white was at our engagement party. Lina had told me you look like a fairy tale. Maybe I was. But fairy tales end. There's a knock. I open the door. It's Lina. Hey, she says. I don't speak. I saw your text. I haven't heard from him either. Really? Swear. I stare at her face. Lipstick perfect, hair done. Like she wasn't just watching my life collapse. You okay? She asks. No. She reaches to hug me. I flinch. Don't. I whisper. Alina. You were the last person he talked to. I didn't know he'd run. But he did. Run? Silence. I'm here for you, she says softly. No. You're just here. She leaves. I lock the door. Later, I sit on the floor beneath the dress, my phone silent, my ring still on. That dress never made it to the altar because the night before our wedding, he disappeared. He's not answering his phone, Mia, still, she asked, rubbing sleep from her eyes. It's been almost 12 hours. 12 hours since he disappeared the night before our wedding. My voice cracked. Who does that? Come home. Please, let's figure this out. Instead, I drove straight to Lina's. She opened the door in leggings, and one of Damien's hoodies. My heart stopped. Alina? What happened? Her face twisted with concern. He's gone, I choked. He never showed up last night. He's not answering. I don't know where he is. She pulled me into her arms. Breathe. We'll find him. I clung to her like a child. She smelled like vanilla. She always did. I just need to know he's okay, I whispered. He probably got cold feet. Guys are stupid like that. But he loved me. She said nothing. For 2 days, she sat beside me texting, calling, bringing me coffee. He's trash. She said. You don't deserve this. I believed her. Until Mia burst into my apartment. Phone shaking in her hands. You need to see this. What? She turned the screen to me. It was Damien on a beach. Holding Lina's hand, smiling. What is this? I asked. Mia's voice was soft. Is tag Kanken? Yesterday, someone from college posted it. But that's her honeymoon resort, Alina. She said she didn't know where he was. I grabbed my phone and dialed Lena. No answer. Again. No answer. Again. Voicemail. Mia sat beside me. You're shaking. I looked down. My hands trembled like they didn't belong to me. She lied, I said. She lied to my face. Mia swallowed, I think. I think she planned this. My stomach turned. I gave her everything. I whispered, my secrets, my trust. She held me when I cried. All while packing for my honeymoon. Mia leaned in, let it out. I screamed so loud my throat burned. She held me like I was breaking. Maybe I was. I could have handled it if he just left, I said. But her, she knew. She always knew. And she still let me beg her for help. She held me and told me he was probably stressed. She posted nothing, Mia muttered. She went dark for days, because she knew this would blow up. I stared at the screen, her in a sundress, his hand on her waist. He looked relaxed. Like he never loved me. Why didn't he call? I asked. Coward, Mia spat. Both of them. He didn't even give me a chance to ask why. You don't need their answers. I need something. Mia's voice dropped. You need to eat, shower, sleep. How can I sleep knowing she used the room I booked? She didn't answer. I got up, walked to the mirror. I looked pale, hollow, like someone had scooped me out. He chose her. I said quietly. He chose her, no. He betrayed you. I turned to Mia. I bet she was laughing behind my back. I bet she was helping me plan my own humiliation. She's always been jealous. No, she was my best friend. Then she never deserved that title. My phone buzzed, a text from Lena. I'm sorry. That was it. Just sorry, I laughed. Bitter, shaky, that's all she has to say. Mia looked at me. Don't respond. She doesn't deserve your words. She doesn't deserve this dress, this life. You're right. I want to disappear. No, she said. Voice firm, you want to heal. And I'm not going anywhere. I broke again. But this time, I didn't feel alone. Alina, you need to stop scrolling, Mia warned. I can't. I have to see it all. Her voice lowered. You're torturing yourself. They're using the tickets I bought. I muttered, same hotel. Same suite. See that palm tree? I picked that spot for sunrise photos. Mia looked at the screen. Then at me. That's your dream. They're living your dream. No, I said coldly. They're stealing it. Another photo loaded Lena in a white dress. That dress, my dress. She cut it shorter. Tightened the waist, changed the neckline, still. Mine, she altered it. I whispered. She wore it. Mia gasped. I nodded slowly. And he let her. Mia covered her mouth. That's sick. I stared at their smiles. They look happy, I said. No, they look staged. Look at Damien's hand. On her hip. He used to hold me like that. Mia sat beside me. She used to say she hated beaches. She said sand made her itchy. I laughed bitterly. Guess not anymore. Everything she posts, restaurants, books, songs, they're all things you loved, I noticed. I said quietly. She even captioned a photo found my person. She used to say you were her person. I looked down, my fingers clenched around the phone. She never loved me, Mia. She envied you. She copied me. Since forever. I nodded. She dyed her hair red when I did. Started reading poetry when I fell in love with it. Remember when I started that? Our class? She signed up the next week. She even bought the same perfume. Mia frowned. That's not admiration. That's obsession. I ignored it. I admitted I thought it was flattery. It wasn't. I let her in my head. My closet, my life. She always wanted what you had. I closed Instagram. My eyes burned. She took my fiancé, my honeymoon, my wedding dress. But she'll never be you, I laughed. Is that supposed to comfort me? Yes, it doesn't. Mia stood. You need air. I need answers from them. You'll never get them. She wins, Mia. She wins. No. She said firmly. She settles. I stared at the framed photo on my nightstand. Me, Lena, and Damien arms around each other. All smiles. The golden trio. I picked it up. Don't, Mia warned. Too late. It shattered against the wall. Glass everywhere. Silence. I sank to the floor, breathing hard. Mia knelt beside me. Let it out. I hate them. You're allowed to. I hate myself more. Don't you dare. I saw the signs. I trusted her. She was your best friend, was. We sat in silence for a while. Then I whispered. What did I do wrong? Nothing, she said. You loved the wrong people. That's all. I looked up at her. Then why does it feel like I'm the one being punished? She touched my hand gently. Because you're the one who cared. Dear Damien, I don't know why I'm writing this. You won't read it. You don't deserve to. But I need to get this out of me before it rots what's left. Do you remember the night my mom died? You held me on the floor of my apartment. I couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. You just kept whispering, I've got you, over and over. Did you mean it? Or was that just another line to make me trust you? You kissed my forehead that night. You told me, I'll never leave you. Then you you left without a word, without a goodbye, without the decency of a lie. The night before our wedding, I stayed up practicing my vows. I kept whispering your name in the dark, waiting for a text, a call, anything. You were already gone. And she was already yours. How long were you sleeping with Lina? How many times did you come back to me with her still on your skin? Was anything real? Did you laugh with her about me? Did you show her my messages and joke about how pathetic I looked, begging you to come home? Did you tell her how much I loved you? No, don't answer. I already know. She posted a picture in my wedding dress. Did you help her zip it up? She wore it better, right? Do you remember how excited I was when I found that dress? I ran to you. Twirling like a child, you smiled, you said, you're gonna ruin me. You did. But now I realize, maybe you were already ruined. I remember how you looked at me when I told you I loved you. Like I was a sunrise you never expected. Was that all an act? Did you ever love me? I keep going over every moment. Every kiss, every promise. Trying to find the crack, the sign, the mistake. Was it me? Was I not enough? Did I love you too loudly? Or maybe too quietly? Should I have fought harder to keep you? No. No. You weren't stolen. You were given away. You chose her. You looked at me like I was everything. Then you threw me away like nothing. I waited for you, even after the photos. After the lies, after the wedding. I still hoped you'd show up at my door and say it was all some nightmare. You didn't. And now I don't want you to. I don't cry anymore. I don't sit in silence waiting to feel something. I feel everything. You didn't just break me. You carved a hollow into me and expected me to stay empty. But guess what? I'm not. I'm filling it with rage, with power, with clarity. You freed me. That's the line that keeps repeating in my head. You didn't break me. You freed me. I don't need your voice in the morning. I don't need your hand on my back when I sleep. I don't need your eyes on me to feel whole. You're not my beginning or my end. You're just the scar that reminds me who I'll never be again. Goodbye. Damien, you'll never see this. But that's the point. Al and I folded the paper slowly, pressed it flat, then tore it in half. Then again and again until it was just pieces, just like me. Except now, I can start over. So, why are you here, Alina? Dr. Evelyn's voice was gentle, but it still made me tense up. I crossed my arms because people think I'm not okay, or you know. Do you want to talk about him? Which him? The one who left or the one who married my best friend using my life? She didn't flinch. Impressive. I'm not here to judge, she said, only to listen. Good. Because there's a lot I haven't said out loud. Then say it. I stared at the carpet. He didn't just break my heart. He walked off with it and never looked back, and she helped him pack. Silence. Then? Do you miss them? I laughed dryly. I miss who I thought they were. That's the part that hurts the most. And now, I want peace. I want to stop dreaming about them. Stop hearing his name and feeling like I can't breathe. That's a good place to start. I rolled my eyes. Does that line work on all your broken patients? She smiled. Only the one strong enough to keep showing up. Alina, you have to hear this, Clara whispered, sliding into the break room beside me. I'm guessing this isn't about the coffee machine being broken again, she grinned. Damien's company. Total disaster, missed payroll. Half the staff quit. My heart skipped. What? Where does Harold cut him off completely? No trust fund, no shares. Nothing. I blinked. Harold actually did it. Apparently, he warned Damien not to marry your drama. Guess karma wears a suit. I let out a quiet breath. Wow. You didn't hear it from me, she added, winking. I looked down at my coffee, then smiled for the first time in months. Thanks, Clara. Lina posted a quote today, Mia said later that night, flopping on my bed. Let me guess. Something passive-aggressive with filtered sunset vibes. Exactly. Sometimes silence says everything. I rolled my eyes. She should know. She said plenty with hers. You think she's happy? No. I think she's pretending. Mia tilted her head. You still check? I hesitated. Not as much. Just enough to know her smile doesn't reach her eyes anymore. She nodded slowly. Good. Let them both rot. I laughed. That's a little dark. Not dark. Just honest. So what would closure look like for you? Dr. Evelyn asked, Damien crying at my door, realizing he lost the best thing in his life. She smiled faintly. And realistically? I don't know. I admitted, maybe. Not caring anymore. That's healthier. I'm working on it. You're doing better than you think. I exhaled. It still hurts. It will. But pain fades. Clarity doesn't. Alina, Clara said as we filed out of the meeting room. Random question, was your ex's dad named Harold Cross? Unfortunately, yes, he showed up here yesterday. Met with our CFO. I blinked. Seriously? Yeah. He looked, I don't know, tired, angry. Like a man watching his empire burn. I swallowed. He hated me. Then he probably hates his son more now. I didn't respond. But inside, something settled, something shifted. Karma was working. And it didn't need my help. How do you feel today? Dr. Evelyn asked in our next session. I shrugged. Like I might survive, that's new. No. She leaned in. What changed? I smiled faintly. I realized something. What's that? I'm not the one who lost. He called me Lina. Mia looked up from her tea. What? That night. The last fight we had before the wedding. We were arguing about the guest list. I said something snappy, and he snapped back. Lina, stop. Her jaw dropped. You never told me that. I thought he was just stressed. It was a slip. We moved past it so fast. I didn't let myself think about it. You should have punched him. I laughed without humor. I told myself I imagined it. Or that. He meant something else. No one accidentally calls their fiancé by another woman's name. Especially her name. I exhaled shakily. God, I was so stupid. No, you were in love. I ignored every red flag waving in my face. You trusted him. I trusted her. Mia reached over. Don't do this. Don't turn on yourself. I bit my lip. It all makes sense now. That name slip wasn't random. It was truth bleeding out. I hate him. I hate me more for smiling through it. No. She said firmly. He made the choice. He broke the vow. And she helped. I nodded slowly. You're right. Why didn't I see it? Because you believed the best in them. Just then, Noah stepped into the room, holding his phone. Sorry to interrupt, but I think I should say something. Mia frowned. What? He rubbed the back of his neck. It's about Damien and Lina. My chest tightened. Go on. Months ago. I saw them together. I froze. Together where? At that little sushi place downtown. The one with the koi pond. I blinked. You're sure it was them? They were in the corner booth. Low lighting. But yeah, it was them. Mia narrowed her eyes. When was this? 3 maybe. For months before the wedding. I stared at him. Did they look friendly? They looked like a couple, he said quietly. They weren't holding hands. But the way he was looking at her, I remember thinking, that's not how a guy looks at his fiancé's best friend. I swallowed hard. Why didn't you say anything? He looked genuinely remorseful. I didn't want to start drama. And I thought maybe it was innocent. Maybe you knew. I let out a shaky laugh. I didn't. God, I didn't. I'm sorry, Alina. I stood, pacing. So while I was planning bridal fittings, they were sneaking off for sushi dates. Probably more than that. Mia muttered. Don't, I said. I can't picture it. I'll lose my mind. Noah sighed. I didn't want to hurt you. That's why I stayed quiet. You didn't hurt me. They did. Mia put her arm around me. You okay? No, I whispered, but I'm clearer than I've ever been. I sat back down and stared at the carpet. He called me by her name. He was probably thinking about her that whole fight. Maybe every fight. Maybe every kiss. Maybe every time he touched me. That name for letters burned. Now, not just because it wasn't mine, but because it had always meant betrayal and I never saw it. But now I couldn't unsee it. You saw it, didn't you? Mia said, holding out her phone. I did. I kept my voice steady. A courthouse wedding, no guests, no cake, no vows to sabotage. Just a blurry photo in front of a government building. I muttered, romantic. Mia sat on the edge of my bed. She's wearing a beige dress and flats, I added. Not exactly the dream wedding she used to obsess over. She looks off. I nodded. Her smile doesn't touch her eyes. Damien looks worse, Mia added. Older, tired. He's not glowing in love. That's for sure. She tilted her head. Do you feel anything? I thought for a second. Not what I expected. Which is, no rage, no heartbreak. Just pity. Before Mia could respond, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Text. Can we talk? It's James. I stared at the screen. Who's James? Mia asked. Lina's ex. She blinked. What the hell does he want? We met at a quiet cafe near my apartment. I spotted him instantly. Black hoodie, sunglasses, indoors, trying not to exist. You look different, I said, sliding into the chair. He shrugged. Breakups'll do that. I wouldn't know. Mine ghosted me into a new timeline. That earned a smirk. Fair. What do you want, James? To warn you? I raised an eyebrow. About what? That she's still toxic. Got that memo. She's worse now. Oh. She fights with him. Constantly. Public screaming matches. Damien storms out. She throws things. I sipped my coffee. Sounds like karma's domestic. She cheated on me, too, you know. I figured. He nodded slowly. But with Damien, that cut different. You were her safe option, I said quietly. He was a thrill. I was her future. She never wanted one, I replied. She wanted chaos she could control. He tapped the table. She ruins what she touches, I know. Then why do you look calm? Because it's not mine anymore. He studied me. You're not angry. Not anymore. They deserve each other. That's cold. No. That's healed. James leaned back. She used to talk about you a lot. My eyes narrowed. What did she say? That you had the life she wanted. I stared at him. I didn't have much. But you had people who loved you. You had peace, you had purpose, and she wanted all of it. He nodded. But she doesn't know how to hold anything without crushing it. I finished my drink. I'm sorry she hurt you. He gave a half smile. At least now we're both out, yeah. I said softly. And I'm staying out. As I stood to leave, he called after me. She's not happy, Alina. I paused, turning slightly. Neither was I. Back home, Mia looked up from the couch. How was Satan's ex? Broken, bitter, honest, so familiar? I sat beside her. She's unraveling. Mia? I don't feel bad for her, but I also don't feel good. What do you feel? Relieved that it's not you. That I got out before it destroyed me. She nodded. That's called freedom. Feels heavy. I whispered. She leaned her head on my shoulder. But real. You're really leaving? Mia asked, half smiling, half crying. I got the offer this morning. Chicago, better pay, better air. When? 2 weeks. She blinked fast. This is happening. It is. You're gonna start over. I nodded without ghosts. I stood in front of my mother's grave, the wind soft but steady. Hey, Mom. I whispered. I know. It's been a while. I've been sorting things. I crouched, tracing the edge of her name. Remember when I told you Damien was the one? You didn't say anything, just smiled. But I saw it in your eyes. You knew of silence. I was so sure, Mom, so sure. But I was wrong. And I've paid for it. My throat tightened. But I'm okay now, really. I got through the storm. And I'm stronger than I thought I could be. I closed my eyes. I think you'd be proud. That afternoon, my phone lit up. Damien, I made a mistake. I stared at the screen. Just those 4 words. No. Hi, no apology, no begging. Just a mistake. I blocked the number without hesitation. Not because I hated him anymore. Because I didn't care, and that was more powerful than hate. Aunt May poured tea like it was a ceremony. You always did take your time, she said, smiling softly. I wanted to come sooner. I just wasn't ready. You don't know any when you're healing speed, sweetheart. I looked around her cozy kitchen. Everything's exactly the same. Some things don't need fixing. She sat across from me, tilting her head. So, it's done, yeah. It's done, good. That boy wasn't your ending, Alina. He wasn't even my middle. She chuckled. You sound lighter. I feel lighter. She took a sip and her, still pretending to be happy. Still trying to wear my skin, she'll suffocate in it. I laughed, probably. Then Aunt May leaned forward. You know, revenge is loud. But silence is stronger. I looked at her. I blocked him today. She nodded slowly. That's the loudest silence he'll ever hear. I opened the closet, staring at the white garment bag. The dress was still pristine, still untouched, still mine. I ran my fingers over the lace. Then I carried it out. To the car. To the donation bin. The woman at the counter smiled. You sure about this? Positive. Do you want a receipt? No. I said, just freedom. That night, I slipped into bed and stared at the ceiling. No racing thoughts. No tears. No tightness in my chest. Just quiet. Just peace. And sleep came like a friend I hadn't seen in years. Dear me. You made it. You didn't think you would, did you? You cried on the floor. Slept in a hoodie that didn't belong to you. Asked the universe why. Again and again. But you made it. You stood back up and you never begged again. You thought pain would kill you. But it rebuilt you. You thought silence meant weakness. But it became your armor. You thought forgiveness was a gift to them. But really, it was yours. And today, you let go not because they deserve peace, but because you do. You are not her shadow. You are not his victim. You are yours now. I folded the letter, slid it into the notebook and closed it. My breath was steady. I stood in front of the mirror and looked at myself. Really looked. No more guilt, I whispered. No more war. I touched the scar on my chest, the one no one could see. I forgive you, I said to my reflection. But I'll never forget you. I smiled, and this time, it reached my eyes. The street was still the same. Brick building. Rusted coffee sign. Crosswalk where he bumped into me that rainy morning. I slowed near the corner. My shoes echoing on the pavement. This was where it began, his crooked grin. His stupid leather jacket. My soft yes to a stranger who would break me. But now it was just concrete. I kept walking, didn't look back, didn't flinch. Mia called twice. I didn't answer. I left a note on the fridge. Don't worry, I'm okay. I love you. No grand goodbye. No last look, just a packed bag, a bus ticket and silence. I took the long route out of town. Watched the skyline disappear in the rearview mirror. No tears. No regrets. Just freedom. For the first time, my version of it. And that was enough. End of chapter 9. Final chapter. This completes. I married him. He married my best friend. Let me know If you'd like a bonus epilogue, title screen script for YouTube, or visual prompts for thumbnail and banner,